A massive cluster of thunderstorms now moving east, let's say at 45 to 50 miles an hour. Not only do we have the threat for damaging straight line wind, but for large hail as well. These thunderstorms have had no problem putting down quarter-sized to golf ball-sized hail. Looks like a new warning was just issued. Did I see that correctly? Let's see, until 4:45. It's just a continuation, I believe. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 4:45 as this severe thunderstorm moves to the east at 45 miles an hour. Again, to reiterate, in let's say from Union and Johnson County, these thunderstorms are very powerful. They've done some damage. Ameren reporting 800 customers without power in Anna, Illinois. And I'm sure that we have a lot more power outages across the heartland, and we will soon. As we were talking about that Bo Echo, that large thunderstorm complex west of the heartland, is going to be moving eastward. It has winds of 70 to 90 miles an hour with embedded tornadoes. That's going to take down trees. That's going to take down power lines. So we're trying to get that word out to as many people as possible. This is going to be a big deal. We have tornado watches, severe thunderstorm watches in effect until later on this evening. We're in that moderate risk. You've seen the maps that we've shared on social media. The entire heartland in that red color, that red box. That's how we know this is going to be bad. And we have already several severe thunderstorms with golf ball sized hail possible. These warnings go out until 4:45 p.m. They're moving to the east at 45 miles an hour. They're saying now 2-inch hail likely there in Trigg County, which is just a little bit to the south of here. So you can get an understanding with the humidity that we're seeing right now in the heartland and the wind energy that's moving overhead. These thunderstorms are having no problems organizing and putting down gigantic hail, torrential rainfall, and very strong wind in excess of 60 to 70 miles an hour. We also have that thunderstorm off to our west that's going to be putting down some very heavy wind and possibly some tornadoes as well. Now appearing to be moving into the western counties.
Yeah, that storm that's headed towards Marquand. I'm looking at the chat room here as well. Earlier, that storm produced 2-inch diameter hail. Now it looks like about 1 inch to 1.5 inch diameter hail likely on the south side of Marquand. And again, that's headed towards the Double D campground. So if you know folks that are out there camping this weekend along the Castor River, this storm means business. This is going to will be very scary if you are in a tent. You do not want to be in a tent. I wouldn't want to be in a camper. This is a pretty serious situation. Also, I see that we have a couplet that Brian's checking on. I'm going to pan back over here near the bunker area. We're seeing, again, a possibility of a tornado. That's where we have a tornado warning out for parts of Reynolds and Iron County. Again, that's with this intense line that's headed our way. We've got a couple of small cells out ahead. Boy, the line is almost caught up to it. Earlier, we had about a 20-mile separation between these storms and the line, and the line's going to overtake it here in just a second. And a lot of times when we get that occurring, we'll get spin-up tornadoes as the line ingests these stronger storms. But we were seeing, look at that right there. Just to the east side of Bunker, we've got a possible tornado, and that's going to go to the north of Centerville, and it would go right into Lesterville if it holds together. Again, we don't have a tornado warning out on that particular storm. Well, we do just to the north, but this is the new circulation that is forming to the east of Bunker. And you see right here is where that circulation is, and it's just going just to the south of where the official tornado warning is. So we may get another tornado warning issued if that were to hold together. But I don't want us to focus on just tornado warnings today, because we had, as Brian's just said, we were tracking that storm that was going into Anna Jonesboro. We showed you 80-mile-per-hour winds on First Alert Doppler Network, and now we're getting reports of power outages, trees down, power poles down, and that continues as it moves into Pope County and parts of Hamilton County right now. Also Massac County, very strong gusty winds into McCracken County. This will cause you to lose power. Power will go out along the path of this storm. So you definitely want to have your devices charged just in case. And then once this passes, you've got a little time to relax. And then we've got this next storm system that's coming in about 2 hours behind it. So a very busy evening shaping up for us. But right now we've got very intense storms across a good bit of the heartland. You could see storms that have been producing quarter-size hail, storms that have been producing almost tennis ball-size hail with this storm earlier moving in towards the Marquand area. Look at this cell that is just popping up right now near Malden. I'm going to go in and investigate it because it has a very suspicious look to it. It definitely, at least on reflectivity, makes me think that there may be a little bit of rotation with this storm, and it's just beginning to develop over the past 15 to 20 minutes. These storms are rapidly developing. This is to the east of Culen. There's a little rotation right there. A tight couplet. It's weak, but it's tight, so that's something we have to watch. And there's also the sign that we have hail in northern Dunkling County to the west of Malden. Again, that storm would go just to the north of Malden the way it was looking as it was moving. But we've just got storms popping up everywhere, and they're going to continue to pop up everywhere. New severe thunderstorm warning issued now for parts of southern Reynolds County, southern Iron County. That's for the southern extent of that Bow Echo that's headed in there. And I'm going to kind of come over here, and I'm going to look at the wording, looking at the Weather Service as well, because they're tracking it. 70 to 80 miles per hour winds are possible with this storm, and including there could be a tornado threat. But the biggest threat is going to be winds up to 80 miles per hour are likely as this storm moves into Reynolds County and then eventually Iron County, and then, yes, eventually Wayne County, Madison County again, and the northern parts of Carter County are going to get clipped by the gust front as it continues to move off to the east at 60 miles per hour. New tornado warning issued for parts of Pope County and Massac County. So let's get an idea on what's going on here with the possibility of a tornado. Do you have any word on that, Brian, from the Weather Service? I know you're in the chat room as well. You've got it open in front of you.
I've been watching this behind the scenes. We did see strong indications of rotation. Now, let me put on the wind product here. You can definitely tell.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Near Big Bay Road. Near Big Bay Road. Let me click over here and talk about this real quick. Look out Round Knob, Midway, Big Bay, Temple Hill, and Rosebud. You are all under this tornado warning. We're getting a strong indication of rotation coming up along I-24, New Columbia Road, Big Bay, Round Knob, Midway, Temple Hill, Rosebud. Take your severe weather safety precautions immediately. We're getting strong indications of a tornado. Well, what's going on here, it's really getting rain wrapped right now, but we saw on the southern appendage of this severe thunderstorm, some very strong wind coming into this thunderstorm and some wind coming around. So we're getting some rotation just south of Big Bay Road, now moving toward Midway, Temple Hill, Rosebud. So please be in your safe spot immediately. Again, a tornado warning has just been issued for Massac and Pope County until 5 o'clock. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located right over New Columbia, just about 10 miles north of Metropolis, moving southeast at 55 miles per hour. Yeah, not only do we have the tornado threat right there in Pope County, moving into Hardin County, we also have the threat of large hail stretching all the way northward into Saline County. So we're going to continue to watch this closely. We have a blanket tornado warning off to our west as a very strong line of thunderstorms now move into the heartland. So again, a tornado warning in effect from eastern Massac and Pope County until 5 o'clock p.m. This thunderstorm moving to the southeast at 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, and I've got the debris signature up that we're watching. This is right where that circulation was. It's not a huge debris sign. It could just be over, if it is on the ground, it could be over some let's say cornfields or anything. But again, there was a pretty strong indication earlier that there was a tornado. That was a tight rotation. Now it's looking like it may have just been a quick spin up. I want to zoom in a little bit closer to this so we can get a few more roads. Again, this is a tornado warning. Radar indicated tornado right now, Big Bay Road near Interstate 24 in Massac County, moving into southern Pope County as we speak. Radar indicated tornado right in this general area near Big Bay Road. And as we take a look at the scope on it, we'll look inside the winds inside the storm to see if we see any indications of rotation. And that couplet that we were seeing earlier is not as pronounced, but look at that blue right there. That's over 70, that's getting close to 80 miles per hour. So very strong winds, even if we don't have a tornado, but there was a pretty good indication of a tornado earlier with that system, and that's why the tornado warning was issued. So we have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings, few tornado warnings now, and we're just getting going. This is going to be really ramping up, if you will, as we head throughout the next 3 to 4 hours as we track a very intense Bo Echo. This is the type of event that causes widespread wind damage to occur for quite some time. And we have numerous thunderstorms that are developing to the south. We've got this one storm. We get a new severe thunderstorm warning now that we've been tracking. This is a storm that earlier produced hail up to 2 inches in diameter. And now it's headed towards the Marble Hill area. It's crossing into Bullinger County right now. So let's kind of take a closer look at this storm. Again, we've been dealing with this one for quite some time. This is the same storm that earlier was producing tornado warnings well out to our west, and then it moved across parts of Reynolds, Iron County, and into Madison County, and now it is moving into Bullinger County, and the main threat will be large hail. Yeah, good, we're not seeing the tornado threat, but we are seeing the possibility. Again, earlier this thing was producing 2-inch diameter hail, and you can see there's still some very large hail that is in southeastern Madison County that will be moving into the Marble Hill area. If you got a few minutes, Marble Hill, if you got a garage, an overpass, or an underpass you can sneak the car into. There's some big chunks of ice falling out of this storm that is headed towards Marble Hill right now. And again, that's moving off to the east. I think it was moving off to the east at 30 miles per hour earlier. Brian, if you correct me if I'm wrong on that speed. But
yes, for the Madison County severe thunderstorm warning was east at 35.
Oh, east at 35 now. So we're going to, it's like everything is kind of picked up pace. So you see, as I kind of keep drawing this out, Jackson, Cape Girardeau, yeah, this is headed right your way, and right now it looks like it's producing possibly up to golf ball size hail. So if your car is parked outside and you got time to get it in a garage, now would be the time to do so. If this storm holds together, we could see large damaging hail as it moves across Bullinger County and eventually into southwestern Cape Girardeau County. But we have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings out. We have a tornado warning out for parts of Pope County and Massac County. Earlier there was strong indications of rotation with this storm. There's a little hook on that. I want to zoom back in. It looks like it may be trying to regenerate in Pope County right now, about to cross into, that would be crossing into Livingston County here shortly into western Kentucky if it goes across the Ohio River. Let's take a look at this little bit of an appendage right there to the west of Rosebud. So this is our tornado warned storm. Let's get inside it again and kind of see what the winds inside the storm are showing. Earlier there was a really good indication of a tornado. Now it still just kind of looks like very strong straight line winds up to 70 to 80 miles per hour near Round Knob right now. That will cause power outages. This storm has knocked over trees, has knocked over power lines. We have had numerous power outages because of this storm, and I think that trend will continue as it races off to the east-southeast at 55 miles per hour, and then we've got this to worry about. I want to take another look at the storms that are redeveloping near Dexter and also redeveloping near the Malden area, because they are looking very intense. They're rapidly developing, and the atmosphere is very conducive for severe weather, including very large hail and even an isolated tornado, the way the wind fields are set up in this area, because the storms have not interacted with any energy whatsoever. So storms like the one near Malden would concern me, and we're starting to see some broad rotation right there on the tail end. You can see here's Malden, northern Dunkling County. We're seeing the possibility of rotation. It's weak. I want to reiterate, it is not showing signs of a tornado, but it is in a favorable area for rapid development. If that continues, that rotation gets stretched. And when it gets stretched, it gets tightened, and that's how you get tornadoes to form. Very large hail is likely forming in this storm as well in northern Dunkling County. So this is moving towards southern Stoddard County. So it would not surprise me if we get a warning issued here shortly for parts of Stoddard County and northern Dunkling County. Other storms to the west of Sikeston, you got hit hard earlier with a severe thunderstorm. We're not seeing any signs of tornadoes or rotation with those storms. So that's the healthiest storm that's all by itself right now that we'll need to keep an eye on very closely. And then we're tracking the most serious situation. Winds between 80 and 90 miles per hour are possible. That's moving into right now Reynolds and Iron County, and this is going to sweep across a good bit of the heartland. Matter of fact, Brian, when you're ready, let me know. Brian is working on a great indicator for you to let you know what you can expect over the next hour or so with this line of storms.
Yeah.
Look at this activity moving in, folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead and, Brian, take it over for me for just a second.
Thank you so much, Grant. The Storm Prediction Center also watching the heartland very closely. They highlighted southeast Missouri in a high likelihood of 70 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts. Again, widespread 70 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts possible as this line of thunderstorms continues to develop and mature and just move southeastward. So Marquand, Piedmont, Greenville, Poplar Bluff, here in Cape Jackson, Sikeston, Dexter, this whole area within this circle that I've drawn here, look out for 70 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts as this severe thunderstorm continues to bear southeastward at about 60 miles an hour. So this is a serious life-threatening situation. We're going to be facing extensive tree damage and higher end little pockets of these thunderstorms. So we're not saying the entire line will produce 100 mile per hour winds, but little pockets along this little boundary here, little pockets could produce 100 mile per hour wind, and that would cause extensive tree damage, extensive power pole damage as well. So this is a very serious situation. It's going to be unfolding in the next 30 minutes to an hour as it continues to move to the southeast. Yes, we currently have severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, but the worst is still to come. You know it's now moving into Reynolds and Iron County, continuing to move off to the south and east. Again, a high likelihood of 70 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts, Grant. So this is something that we're going to continue to watch very closely. It appears as though we have the storm tracker into the bottom right side of the screen. Does anybody know where exactly he is right now?
Anna?
He's in Anna
He's
right
in Anna,
now.
okay.
Okay,
So
this is an area that